Maggie and I would like to thank all of the 30 participants who shared their experiences with us. It was a true honor for me to read all of your responses and edit them together to create this piece of verbatim theater. I'd like to dedicate this reading to my mother, Nancy, who passed away recently, but whose lived experience with mental illness inspired me to become involved with NAMI and mental health advocacy. And before we read our verbatim theater, just end with an invitation that if by hearing what we have to say you feel inspired and you would like to share, write out, or show what it's like to walk in your shoes or be you, we invite you to join us over at the AnARTists tent before you leave today, and you can join others in this project to illustrate what it's like to walk in your shoes. Okay. I am a person who lives with a mental health condition. If you could walk a mile in my shoes, you would know that it's not easy. I've been through hell and back. I've walked through fire and survived the worst of abuse. I hear voices, I see things, I feel a lot of pain and anger, even though I don't always show it. I've done a lot that I'm not proud of, and I don't do the things I do for attention. I understand more than you may think. You would know that sometimes it's like I'm living my life in a constant fog. The fog is so thick that I can't see or feel the start and end of my days. My days are compressed, stretched, and strung together by hopelessness and unprovoked, unreasoned emptiness, a bottomless pit. There are times when I feel like I'll never return from those places in my mind that keep me imprisoned. You would know what it's like to be bullied online. A former friend said I should put a bullet in my head to satisfy my lead deficiency. Then the rest of my former friends chimed in with similar taunts. You would know that most of my journey has been a struggle. I have been despised and vilified by my own family for the choices I have made to survive. And you would know how truly brave and strong I am because of the hand I was dealt in life. The abuse, the trauma, the depression. That's why I take medication, because it helps my symptoms.
I am a family member of a person who lives with mental illness. If you could walk a mile in my shoes, you would know that mental illness adds a level of stress to my family life that is indescribable. My son lives with constant sadness. This disrupts our lives and it robs my child of the ability to be successful in his daily life. Every day can be a challenge. I feel guilty for feeling frustrated or angry or lonely. I feel overwhelmed. I have learned to reach out. It's important to take care of myself. People with mental illness deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. It hurts when people are judgmental. Sometimes I feel so bad when I see her suffering. When she is doing well, my heart is glad and I am so grateful. Recovery is possible, but it takes people to believe in you.
If you could walk in my shoes, you would know that mental illness is not contagious. I am not the stereotype people have given me. I am not my illness. In fact, I am normal just the way I am. I am a human being with feelings and faults like everyone else. I happen to have a mental illness. It's based in my brain, so it's really a physical illness too, and I face other physical health problems. The mental, physical, and spiritual are all connected. I have good days and bad days. I treasure the days when others love, respect, and empathize with me. Even though I am crippled by social anxiety, I love being around people. I like to joke around, laugh, and help others laugh. I might be a bit weird, but who isn't? I try to keep a sense of humor about it all, and I try to forgive those who look down on me because they don't know what having a mental illness is like.
I want my family member to know this. I love you, but I can't make you well. Depression is so frustrating because everyone gets the blues. But when you are in that deep, dark tunnel, that seems to be no remedy. I know you are sick and you can't help it. But please get up and try to do something. anything. Just try.
I love my family and friends, but sometimes I'm scared to be myself with them. Please know it's okay to talk to me about what's going on with me. In fact, if people listened more and judged less, I might feel less isolated. There's a difference between listening and giving advice. In my opinion, listening helps more.
If you could walk a mile in my shoes, you would know that this is what I tell my wife. I love you. I will always love you. I may not always know what's going on inside your head, but I'm always concerned about you, and I'm always trying to do the best I can do. We have hidden strengths of body, mind, and soul. Our tears are not bottomless. Our sadness is not endless. And our fear is not weakness. If you walked in my shoes, you would discover how deeply we can love, how steadfastly we can stand, and how passionately we can respond. We are powerful. We are not alone.
If you could walk in my shoes, you would know depression, but refuse to give up. I am learning how to understand and embrace my panic episodes and accept the way they are linked to past emotional trauma and chronic pain. I am strong, determined, and sensitive. My pain and panic shape the way I interact with the world. In a culture that teaches us to suppress and sever our connection to ourselves and others, I am grateful to feel so deeply and stay in touch with my emotional landscapes. I have changed. I like to take charge of getting better. I leave my worries behind and I don't sweat the small things. I want to be independent and start my life over again. I'm working on controlling my anger. I can cope with my nervousness. I am a good listener and a hard worker. Most of the time I feel guilty for not making the world a better place, but then I realize that I smiled at a passerby, and that act was enough. In my darkest hour, only faith has saved me. A handful of people make my recovery possible, but when I found a community that supported and accepted me just the way I am, it made all the difference. With the help of friends, family, and sometimes even strangers, I am a survivor and I am still here.
I am a provider of mental health services. If you could walk in my shoes, you would discover that I'm exhausted by my job most days, but I wouldn't change it. When a client yells or curses at me, I don't take it personally. I'm learning to set boundaries to protect us both. Watching a person change from feeling afraid, mistrusting, and experience disorganized thinking to feeling more calm and insightful is a gift I cherish and hold close. I feel sad that I have little knowledge about how clients are doing after their hospital discharge. I truly care about them. You would also know the frustration comes from the lack of services available to assist people in their recovery. There's a lack of housing and transportation, a lack of job skills training, a lack of home health services and social opportunities. The more rural the service area, the less services provided. We need equality. We need the same standard of care for mental health that we have for physical health.
Today, I am here in the present and I feel optimistic. I pray that one day we will all get much better, and I hope that we all will be stigmatized less. Just like you, I put my shoes on one at a time. These shoes have navigated some treacherous grounds. At times they have fallen apart, but I re-sole them and pick back up where I started. I take flight toward possibilities.
There is help.
And hope.
We are all doing the best we can.
And with your help, we can do even better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. That was beautiful.